A Merry Christmas, Part 2. Bless the child. She is gone and put mother on them instead of a march. How funny, cried Joe, taking up one. So, in the first part, we have seen the little women want to present a Christmas gift to their mother. In the first part, that means the part 1 of Little Women, in the first chapter, it was mentioned that Jo wanted to give a pair of slippers to her mother, and Meg wanted to give a pair of gloves, Beth a handful kerchiefs, and Amy wanted to give a bottle of cologne. So here they're talking about Joy is talking about the kerchief which Beth want to give to their mother. So here she is mentioning that instead of mother, instead of M March, Beth has written mother, and it looks very funny. Isn't it right? I thought it was better to do it so, because Meg's initials are MM, and I don't want anyone to use this but Marmee, said Beth, looking troubled. So her reason was that Meg, that is the Margaret's initials are also MM. So it may be Margaret March. So March is their surname. So she doesn't want to give the initials on the handkerchief also MM. So she has written Mommy. Mommy, the little women address their mother as Mommy. It's all right, dear, and a very pretty idea. Quite sensible too, for no one can ever mistake now. It will please her very much, I know, said Meg, with a frown for Joe and a smile for Beth. So here, what was Meg's reply? She said, it's all right. Okay, it is a pretty idea. It's a good idea and quite sensible also, because if you have written MM on the kerchief, then it may be there may be a chance of mistaking, or it may be a chance of exchanging the kerchiefs. So it's very good. It's a good idea. It's a very pretty idea to write Mommy on her kerchiefs. So, and mother will be also happy by saying Mommy. There's mother. Hide the basket. Quick, cried Joe as the door slammed and steps sounded in the hall. So they thought that mother has already in, and they were planning to give her a surprise gift. So when they heard the knock at the door, then they wanted to hide the basket. Amy came in hastily and looked rather abashed when she saw her sisters all waiting for her. But it was not the mother, it was Amy who has gone out in the early morning, and when she reached home, when she rushed in, then she looked ashamed. Abashed means ashamed, because all her sisters were waiting for her. Where have you been, and what are you hiding behind you? Asked Meg, surprised to see by her hood and cloak that lazy Amy had been out so early. So all the sisters were surprised because Amy's nature is a little bit lazy, but today in the Christmas morning she was out so early. Why? That was the reason for their surprise. Don't laugh at me, Joe. I didn't mean anyone should know till the time came. I only meant to change the little bottle for a big one, and I gave all my money to get it. And I'm truly trying not to be selfish anymore. Actually, Amy has bought a small bottle of cologne for her mother, and she kept some money for her color pencils. She was a little bit selfish, according to herself. So now she is telling that she had gone out to buy a big bottle of cologne for her mother, and she has given all her money to get it, and now she doesn't want to be selfish anymore. As she spoke, Amy showed the handsome flask which replaced the cheap one, and looked so earnest and humble in her little effort to forget herself that Meg hugged her on the spot, and Joe pronounced her a trump, while Beth ran to the window and picked her finest rose to ornament the stately bottle. So here, when she spoke these all things, Amy showed the handsome flask, and then she showed the flask which she has bought for her mother. And she looked very sincerely, and she wanted to remove her selfish nature. And at that time, Bess ran to the window and picked her finest rose to ornament the stately bottle. And Beth picked finest rose, and she put that rose into the bottle to make it impressive. You see, I felt ashamed of my present after reading and talking about being good this morning, so I ran round the corner and changed it the minute I was up, and I'm so glad, for mine is the handsomest now. Now she is telling that she felt ashamed of her present after reading and talking about being good. That means in the morning, the little women, the little sisters, they read about being good by reading the book, that is the Bible, which has given by their mother. And so Amy says that by reading the book, she understood that her selfish nature is not good. So she went for the big bottle of cologne by giving all the money what she had. Now she is telling that she is so glad, she is so happy because her gift will be the handsomest gift for her mother. Another bang of the street door sent the basket under the sofa and the girls to the table, eager for breakfast. Then they heard another knock at the door, and at the same time they put their basket under the sofa because they don't want to show, or they don't want to open their surprise gift to their mother. They thought that it may be their mother. It was their mother only. Merry Christmas, Mommy. Lots of them. Thank you for our books. We read some and mean to every day. They cried in chorus. So when they saw their mother, they were so happy and they wished her Merry Christmas, and they thanked for her gift, and they informed her that they have already read the book, read some of the pages, and every day they'll read the book and they will be having some changes in their character. Merry Christmas, little daughters. I'm glad you began at once and hope you will keep on. But I want to say one word before we sit down. Not far away from here lies a poor woman with a little newborn baby. 6 children are huddled into one bed to keep from freezing, for they have no fire. There is nothing to eat over there, and the oldest boy came to tell me they were suffering hunger and cold. My girls, will you give them your breakfast as a Christmas present? So here, the mother is with a surprise. She wished them back Merry Christmas, and she showed her happiness that they had begun their reading, and she hoped that the children will keep on reading the Bible every day. But now she wanted to tell them another matter, that everybody was going to have their breakfast. Before sitting down, she wanted to tell them about a poor woman and their children. She was talking about near their home, a poor woman and a little newborn baby and another 6 children are there, and they're very poor. That impoverished family, she wanted to help them. Being a social worker, we have already seen that she is a social worker, and there, from the oldest boy of that poor woman, she understood that they are suffering from lack of food. So she wanted her daughters to give their breakfast as a Christmas present to that poor woman and the family. And she is asking suggestions to their daughters. They were all unusually hungry, having waited nearly an hour, and for a minute no one spoke. Only a minute, for Joe exclaimed impetuously, "I'm so glad you came before we began." Although the children were so hungry, they were waiting for nearly an hour, 1 hour, for their mother to start their breakfast. But they didn't tell anything. At last, Joe said that impetuously means acting without thinking. Suddenly Joe said, "We are so glad that you came before we began." Here, what what about this began? What she is mentioning? She is mentioning beginning the breakfast. So before beginning the breakfast, you came here and informed about the poor woman. That is a very good thing, and we are so happy because they can give the food to the poor woman and the family. But she didn't tell like that. She told like that only, "I'm so glad you came before we began." "May I go and help carry the things to the poor little children?" asked Beth eagerly. So the girls are very much ready to help the poor family, even though they were unusually hungry. Let us see what will happen after this. Thank you.